Let's see if we're live on YouTube. Okay, yes, okay. So I did say set YouTube up, and we're on. Let's Go Help. Let me put you on the sources I'll probably talk about today. One thing, don't forget, FEMA is still giving a lot of grants. And so if you go to disasterassistance.gov, go disasterassistance.gov and see if where you live is declared a FEMA disaster zone, okay? Because that's important, because you have about 60 days, or it could be 120 days, to apply. And that's up to $40,000. And there's all kind of money there. It's all grant money, and it can be for fixing up your home and actually making it better. I'm sorry, I gotta get a throat lodge, and my throat is a little tough from a little flu or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. You get old, man. As long as I'm above ground, anything else is I could live with. So that's not important. But my throat is, and I got to do some live videos today, so a little worry about. Megan, what do you want to do to live? Want to do that? I got my throat's a little funky, so let's wait for a few days. But keep reminding me. That'd be wonderful to do. But back to FEMA. So it's government. Disasterassistance.gov. And you could see the list of cities that are covered by disaster assistance. And there must be about 30 of them there. So you see if, let's do it this week. We'll do. Yeah, see if your city's there. Then if your city is there, then you contact FEMA, disasterassistance.gov. And don't forget, even if your city is not there and you're damaged, there are still programs to help you. And you have to find local programs, and you do that by going to findhelp.org. So if you go to findhelp.org, hi, Michelle. Go to findhelp.org for your zip code, and you'll find 100 or so programs that help people that are suffering from emergencies. I know when I put in emergency money or just emergency assistance, where I live, you get 100, 200, maybe even 300 organizations. So the biggest problem I see is that trying to get people to believe it's there. And I think what stops people from believing it's there because they try and they don't get anything. And that is life, okay? You try to get a job and you go to 10 places and they don't give you a job. You have to still keep trying. And there's not just 10 places to get a job, or there's not just 10 places that give you assistance. There's literally dozens and dozens and dozens depending on where you live. So that's what I think, at Let's Go Help, that we got to help each other with, is that remembering you have to keep trying. That's the only way you lose is if you stop, and so that's a pity. And you don't have to lose because the help is there. It's how you use the help, how much energy you put into it, like anything else in life. It's not different than anything else in life. So make sure you try and get the help, and that's what I see Let's Go Help. We have members helping each other, reassuring them that, hey, this may take longer than you think to do it. That's okay. You've probably been looking for a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, couple years for that help and still don't have it. So because you've been using Google, and so that's why we have to get you out of Google, get you on the phone, and start having you call organizations that can really help you. most of the organizations you're calling, you'll call one or two, and you think that's all there is, and when they say no, you stop. So you cannot stop. You have to be and make that stop. Uh, Sort of initiate your creativity on how else you're going to do this. Remember, there's, in addition to getting money through a grant or whatever, there's also getting money through income. And that is a lot easier now than ever before with the gig economy. So you could go to Indeed, INDEED.com, and put in work at home or gig and find little things you could do temporarily or part-time or flexible hours or whatever, and make some money just at home doing crazy little things. Because that's how a lot of people are hiring everybody. It doesn't matter where you are in the world to do this. And if you do this, it's not, don't go to websites to do this. Only go to the people that are brokerage for these. Like Indeed.com is a website that has these people on who are vetted. So everybody on that website will pay you. If you just go to Google and try to find money to make online in Google, you're really dangerous. But someone like Indeed, also what you can do is Indeed, you could check on people who have used this website to make money. So, you know, if it's whatever the offer is, there'll be reviews by other people who have used it. Now that's, you know, just gold, and it's done by an independent party. It's not websites that, you know, like people buy their own product and then give a glorious review. No, it's not like that on Indeed. It's people who actually worked for them and did this. So that's the important. So you can always make extra money in the that's the important thing. If you're worried about how to make extra money and what to do legally or whatever, then get free help to make that decision. And you can do that. If you go to Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. So that's Americas, AMER, I have to know how to spell America, right? AMERICAS, plural, SBDC. So that's two S's in the middle there. Then .org. Put in your zip code and make an appointment with a free counselor who helps you if you're starting earning money at home. So you're worrying about legal, you're worrying about taxes, you're worrying about any of those issues you don't have to worry about. And you don't look for Google for the answer, because you're going to get somebody who's going to charge you for money that you don't have to spend, or rip you off with something that you're not going to get anything. So don't do that. Get the help that's free from nonprofit organizations and government offices that are there to help you do that. And that's the most important thing, that you take the time to do that, and you take the time to investigate opportunities to apply for funding or to apply for grants. And you don't waste time in Google. The way you spend your time is contacting people who help people like you. I just ran into a headline today. Our library in Baltimore, which is not far from me, they have a free grocery store in the library now. A free grocery store. So they're giving and I have the link in the beginning of the chat. I put all the links that I may be talking about, so you could see them. So they have free groceries. Isn't that incredible? And that's available for free. And they're not even charging, checking income, I don't think, because they're not government oriented. And your library is wonderful. We forget about that because of the internet. But what I see the library, first of all, they're not selling you anything. When you go on the internet, they're selling you something. Library has nothing to sell you. The library is people who look for information for people. So they're exactly what you need. And they're not going to charge you any money. There's a place to look for. Many of them have free classes or even free. You could make an appointment with a librarian to help you learn how to search databases, to get grants and things like that. Martha, you're going to do the credit report. Yeah. Yeah, Megan's saving a bundle on people. Yeah, and actually get them. So your credit score, unfortunately, keeps you from getting things in life. They won't give you a loan. They won't let you buy a car and stuff like that. So get with Megan tonight for free credit counseling. Okay, on fixing up your credit score and things like that. So it's all free, and that's what's neat about Let's Go Help. And we never charge you more after you pay. $20, and never another charge. So that's why if you see somebody who is saying they're us and they're charging you, hundreds of dollars or whatever it is that's not us. That's not me. I'm only charging $20, and that's it. So if it's more than 20, that's somebody ripping you off. You can get all your help you need here. Martha, I'll be back tonight. Good. When do you sleep, Megan? That's the important thing. You gotta be rested. That's right. People don't realize how important rest is. Running with families and stuff, we all have busy lives. But even take the hassle slowly, because that will make you think better and make better decisions. I think that's why people don't pick up the money on our grants. People are not picking up their money because I think that people, when they don't have a lot of money, they're living crisis to crisis. And I was reading a book the other day it's sort of like if you had no sleep last night, you're just going to make decisions that are screwed up, and you don't think clearly. So that's why resting is important. So you think clearly, and you look to see if you won one of our grants, so you pick up your money. That hurts because I really set that aside. Now we'll give it out to somebody else next month if you don't pick it up. So that's it. But we give out $70,000 every month. And the next one is the free laptop computers. You do need a free laptop computers. Now, let me tell you, here's a report I talked about a couple days ago. What stops people from getting money? Okay, why aren't people working? Because something like anywhere from 20 to 40% of the people who are eligible for grants are not applying to grants. Okay, they don't apply. Okay, now here's a study about Eggheads did. The number one reason is lack of awareness. One study found that many eligible individuals are simply unaware of the existence of benefits and believe they're not eligible. This is especially true of programs like Medicaid, etc. I actually found another data too, Medicaid. Something, I forget what it is, but 20% of the people who are eligible for a health care program, if you're under 65, like 0 to 65, Medicaid program, don't apply, and they're eligible for it. What's more important than your health? Stigma and pride, that's another reason. Oh, I shouldn't use the government, to solve my problem because that's un-American. Bullshit, that's America. Yeah. And it's funny because the wealthy try to perpetuate that, and the wealthy are the ones that are living off of this. Why is Elon Musk helping Trump get elected president? Because he gets more government grants than anybody in America. All these people live in. Bezos gets so much government money to run Amazon, everything. They get billions and billions of dollars. So there's no stigma. The stigma is what people make you feel bad because you don't have money and can't eat. That's terrible. I think that's immoral saying that, particularly when there's a program to help. And if there's a program to help you with that, and people say that's bad, I know, they have free speech, so you can't put them in jail for that, but you could really make them consider that's an immoral act, I think. Okay, the complex application process is another reason. Research shows that the complexity of application process, including extensive paperwork, long forms, documentation requirements, act as a significant barrier. Some studies emphasize that the difficulty of navigating the application can discourage low-income individuals. Yes, and that's possible. Most of it, though, is just 3 pages fill in the blanks. If you have trouble with that, then you get free help. And there's 2 ways to get free help if you have trouble filling in the blanks. Is one, you go to the office that's giving out the money. They, by law, have to help you do it. Now, they may be too busy or whatever, things like that. So that may or not help. But it should, and most of the times it will. So if you can't fill out the application, you contact the person who's giving out the money. If the person giving out the money won't help you, you call your elected official. Your elected official you find in commoncause.org. That's your elected official. You call them, your congressman, your 2 senators, and say, I have this grant application or whatever, I need help filling it out. Okay? They have a responsibility to help you. How much they do help you is, depends on the person and things like that. The third place is nonprofit organizations that help you fill out these things. Where are they? If you go to findhelp.org and put in applications, like let me do it now, and I'll show you, see what the heck I get. I'm going to do findhelp.org, put in my zip code. Okay, put in zip code. Now it says a keyword. I'm going to put an application. Applications. 539 nonprofit organizations in my zip code that help you fill out applications. Good. Now, if you can't find someone exactly for the application, you call as many as you can saying you need help, because they're the best one to find out if there's someone that's not on that list that will help you do that. So you keep talking to people. You don't just give up because you don't see a word that you think applies to you. No, you call anyway, because these people are getting paid to help people like you. Maybe not exactly like you, but close enough to you, because they're more likely to know of other organizations that help people exactly like you, okay? So that, yes, for veterans, you want to go to the, there's a County Veteran Service Office. County Veteran Service Office. And if you look under the veterans in our Alesco Meta Grant report, you'll see they have an 800 number, or it's an 877 number, to find out your local office. But if you go to 211 or findhelp.org and look for the County Veteran Service Officer and make an appointment. You have to make appointments with people. You get money, you get help by talking to people, not by searching the internet. You search the internet, you're going to wind up just trying to spend money or find money you don't have to spend, which makes things even worse. So you can't use the internet if you don't have money. Where do I find Meta Grant Report? Just go on here, or maybe I get it. Someone maybe there at findhelp.org. Let's go help. My fingers can't spell right. Let's go help 2. And up in the search bar, I put, I did something too quickly. You put 500 in the search bar, okay? And then you'll see a listing for the 500 mini grant reports for your state, okay? And on top of that list is the, here it is, okay. Let me give you that. On top of that list is the Alesco Meta Grant Report. So not only do you want the Alesco Meta Grant Report, you want the list for the 500 programs in your state. Okay, Christopher? Here. That's what's important. Okay, now it's very important that you ask for help. Okay, that's the only way to help you is if we know what your question is so we can help you. It's hard for us to guess. And and it's even hard for you to find the exact answer in the thousands and thousands of things we have. We try to organize it so it's helpful, but no matter what we do, that it not for reasons. No matter how hard we work at it, it's still not going to be perfect. Okay, and so and to get what you need, you don't want to talk to salesmen. You want to talk to experts that are available to help you solve that problem, and there's plenty of them out there. And that's what, if you look at the 500 mini grant report, you'll see all the ones in your state. You start talking to them. You call them up and talk. If I can't impress that enough, otherwise you're just going to keep going around in circles. And you have to keep going. When they say no, not here, or they don't know, you have to keep going. That's the only way you're going to do it. You talk to the people, the members that got money and do this, and they figured it out. And you can too. And that's what's important. How do I use Let's Go Up 2 format? Where do I log in? You're in it, Christopher. This is Let's Go Help 2. So if you're in it, you don't need access to anything else but this. This is where it all happens. You're here getting one-on-one help from me. Tonight is Megan. Who else we got today? That you could sign up for their workshops. Or I forget what we call them now. But they're workshops. Every day you have 2-3 hours of free workshops. You get your questions answered and had other people help you for that. And that's all at the same charge. We're never going to charge extra. Okay, remember that. As we have wonderful, loving people around to help you. And that's what I hope we foster here is help to have people loving each other so we can help each other. Because life is difficult. You're going to get beat up. It's not easy. You want to do stuff. And so it's important that you build that resilience and courage to get through all this stuff. Because it's not easy for anybody. We're all struggling on what we have to do or what we think we should do. And it's a process, it's art, and we're all creating a piece of art, which is our life. Your life is a piece of art, that you're trying to figure out how to finish it and what to do with it and things like that. So it's little pieces that you get from other people. So, okay, so the complex application. So we figure out what to do with that. Access to the internet. Okay, that's another problem. If you don't have a good access to the internet, it's hard. It's hard because that's so much where most of the information is. If you're already a member, then I know you have access. But if it's not fast enough and you can't download an application, then get over to the library. And also, if your computer is 10 years old or something, that's why we give out 30 free computers to members every month. So that's the next grant we have. So the deadline is the 30th of this month. So apply to get a new computer. We send you one. If we choose you, we only choose 30. But if you don't get it this month, do it next month. Now, if you don't get it, or even if you do, you want to go to Find Help and look for free computers there. If you go to findhelp.org, okay, let's look what's here. Find Help. Put in my zip code 2009 and findhelp.org. Then I put in computers on the keyword. Okay, there's 144 organizations where I live that give out free computers. You hear that? 144 organizations where I live that give out free computers. How would you think that? I wouldn't have thought there's. And I've been studying this for 50 years. My guess would be maybe there's a half a dozen at the most. No, 114. Did I say 44 before? 114 organizations where I live that give out free computers. Right? Well, just like now, I told you about the library in Baltimore has free groceries for people. They got a big grant from somebody to give out free groceries, right? So you're going to borrow a book and a dozen eggs and a loaf of bread and 18 oranges, all for the same price. Man, how would you know that? I didn't know that. And that's why the world has abundance out there, but it's not easy to find, and that's why you have to train yourself about how to use this system. You can't, if you want to change it, then you go into politics and try to change it. But you won't solve your problem in the meantime, because that's going to take a long time to change. So you have to learn what the system is now so that you use it to the best of your abilities. This is what rich people do. They find out what's there and they use it. And that's what I'm trying to teach people who aren't rich. I mean, that's the problem. When I started this, I was helping millionaires only because they'd pay anything to do, and I'd charge them thousands of dollars to get all this stuff that they could have got for free, but they're lazy and they have money. But if you don't have money, you can still get it. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about government. I didn't know Bupkis. I grew up in Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania. I couldn't even spell government. I never passed an English class, I don't think. Here's another reason that people have trouble. Negative perceptions of the bureaucracy, okay? That means, the government is terrible, and that's true. Part of it is terrible. Everything you probably heard is true, but that doesn't mean all of it is that way. The bad shit I've done in life is true, but it doesn't mean I do that all the time. So if you don't want to use it because there's something bad, well, I mean, that's your right, and I understand that, but if you need help and it has it, and if you have a better way to get it or an easier way to get $30,000 to solve your problem, you go to it. But I don't think most people do. And that's why the government does have those kinds of things. But you have to realize it's not the way you think it should be. It's not the way you want it to be. It's the way it is. And so you have to figure out the way it is and use it like it is, not like how it should be or how you want it to be. I mean, I don't know if you've been married. You give up that fight early in the game if you want to be married, right? Or stay with a partner. Yeah, that's what it is. We all have our bad parts. Yeah. So does the government, so does big business, we all that way. So, but if it's helpful for you in life, and you don't have options, then I think it's crazy not to use it. And that's what we're here for, is to help you understand that, and to help you get through the barriers that may pop up, like the one I just said, the limited access. Oh, we give out free computers, and I just showed you a place where you get 114 organizations that give out free computers where you live. So that's important. That's there. So the help is out there. What we're doing here at Let's Go Help is trying to convince you that it's out there, because it may take a little more effort than you think. It may be easy, and people do get it very easily at times, and other times they don't. So if it doesn't happen easily, if you don't need the money, then maybe it's not worth it for you to try. But if you need the money, then you have to try. Please, let us help you try. And also, it's not only for substance, it's also for things that improve your life. Money for a new home, or money for a new career, money to start a business. All those things that could grow your life so well and so much is all available for free, and money for you to do that. But again, you're going to have to learn that system to do it, okay? So let us try to help you as much as I can. We'll hold your hand every day. Ask us questions every day. We have wonderful, loving people that are here to help you with the questions, okay? And my throat, I'm gonna pass right now. Let me go back and do stuff. Try to rest this thing so I get it. Because I'm doing a lot of podcasts now. I want more people to know about these services that are available to them. So in addition to just being on YouTube and things like that, well, I'm doing podcasts. I did 3 of them, I think, yesterday. Tomorrow I got 2, 3 more, and every day for a while I'll be doing these. So to let people know, the most thing about anything you're trying to do, if nobody knows what you're doing, you don't get it. You know, in the same way, the most important thing about any business you want to start is the customers. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. That's why if you want to do something in life, you first figure out how to get customers. You don't figure out how to be an LLC and all that junk. None of that is it's a customer. You're wasting your time. You're going to eventually have to get customers, so do that first. And that's what we'll point you to, sources that will help you do that first, so you don't have to spend any money before you start a business, and make it more guaranteed for success. Love you so. Thank you for being there and helping me and the other people you do on Let's Go Help.